I never thought I would say this in a million years, but wait, our apartment searching in New York City! Ah! You guys, when I'm starting this video right now, I've already signed my lease. I already have my entire apartment and I'm beaming with excitement. I can't wait to share this entire journey with you guys. It's been such a whirlwind. If you guys are new here, I'm Lucia, I'm 24. I just moved here from Chicago. January me had no idea I was even moving to New York. That was not in my vision board for 2024. This is literally my vision board that I made. It's on my lock screen right now. This was not in it, but honestly, it's just crazy how the universe always works out in your favor and like everything happens for a reason. I really believe that. And I'm so excited that I'm gonna have my very first own apartment living alone in New York City. I've never lived alone before. I went from living with friends in college to living with friends post-grad my first year, then moving in with my boyfriend at the time. Now we're broken up, which is a big reason why I moved to New York, because we were living together, and I'm searching for my very first apartment by myself. And not only that, in the city I've been dreaming of living in since I was literally 5 years old. I did a presentation for my kindergarten class. You could choose any topic in the world, and my topic that I chose was New York City. Like, I've been obsessed with this city for years. I've been coming for forever. I have family here. It's just, I really am just in love with it. So I'm so excited to be living here. I'm so grateful. This moving series has been so much fun. Apartment searching has been stressful, scary, overwhelming, all the things, and it's really taught me a lot. I feel so independent now, and like I can do things on my own. I can get approved for an apartment on my own. I can search for an apartment. I can figure out what I want. I can make things happen, like, because apartment searching is really just a logistical nightmare. My next video is going to be all about like once I selected the apartment that I want, like the hoops and hurdles I had to go through to finally get it secured and have everything like fall into place with that was insane. There's like, I guess I'm close to the airport here. I don't even know. So I have this smoothie. It's delicious. My little fun bevy of the night. But if you don't know, I've been staying in Brooklyn at a family's place for almost a month now. And I have a whole another month until I move in from the time I'm making this video. But I can't wait. So let's just get into all the details. Also subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video. I post every Sunday and Wednesday, and I just can't wait to show you guys like all the decorating of the apartment, and it's just gonna be so much fun. This is so cool. I literally still can't believe I'm making this video. This is insane. But okay, so apartment searching in New York City. We are doing it, you guys. I am gonna go through all the logistics of things that I'm looking for. I ended up touring 10 apartments. I was supposed to tour more. Things got taken off the market or whatever before I could tour them. The day that I was touring all these apartments in the financial district was like totally insane, and I ended up having to skip some because I booked way too many and my phone died. It was a whole thing, you'll see. But I toured 10 apartments, which is a great deal of apartments. I really wanted to get something fast, but I didn't want to rush into anything. So the first apartment I toured, you guys might have already seen in one of my vlogs, but it was kind of like a random apartment that I saw, 2 of them actually, 2 studio apartments in Greenwich Village that were like $3,300-ish in price range. And that was just kind of like my first tour, like random and stuff. But let me backtrack. So overall, when I'm searching for an apartment, I was open to anything. So I work in Hoboken, but I only have to go in the office twice a week. So I was open to anything that would be a pretty easy commute, like under 30 minutes to get to Hoboken. Because right now, if you guys watch my vlogs, you know, my commute is 1 hour, and that's just one way, and it is literally crazy, but I do it because I'm a corporate girl and we gotta get our bag and everything. And I actually do love going to the Hoboken office. Like, it's so pretty over there, but I just don't want to live in Hoboken. I mean, that was an option for me, but after I visited it a couple times for work, I was like, you know, like all my friends are in Manhattan, it already feels so far away living in Brooklyn. Like, I really don't want to live in Hoboken. Like, I moved here to live in New York. I want to live in New York. So I ended up not touring anything in Hoboken. And I honestly didn't think that the apartments were that much cheaper in Hoboken. It's really just a tax thing that's cheaper in Hoboken. So those are my thoughts with Hoboken. And then the other neighborhoods that I was looking at on Street Easy, I literally refreshed Street Easy so many times, you guys, it was crazy. So I really wanted to live downtown Manhattan. So like the path comes in different spots downtown, and pretty much it's pretty accessible if you live anywhere south of like 30th Street. And also it's like more on the west side, but I was open to being on the east side if like I found a really good deal over there. So at first, like my dream, I was like, I want to live in Greenwich Village or the West Village because that area is just the cutest place ever. And then I was also open to living in FiDi because I've heard pretty good things about that. There's a lot of young professionals that live there. It's also pretty accessible to commute to Hoboken from there. And I was also open to the East Village. I was open to Murray Hill, but nothing like too north, like Kips Bay kind of area-ish. Gramercy, Flatiron, Seaport. I kind of looked everywhere on Street Easy. And my budget is $3,000 to $3,500 a month for a studio apartment, which I know sounds insane. The one bedroom that I shared with my ex-boyfriend in Chicago was $2,400 a month. And I paid like $1,100 there. So such a huge difference in rent, but that's the life of being a New Yorker, and I chose this life for myself, so I can't complain. That's what I was looking for studio apartments. That was my price range. And the reason that that was my price range is one, because of the salary that I make, both from my full-time job and social media income that I have that I used to apply, which I get more into in my next video. But also because I had some major non-negotiables that I was looking for that in New York are a pretty penny premium. So I wanted a building with a doorman. I think peace of mind and safety is priceless, so I'm willing to spend more money on that. And I only looked at apartments that had full-time doormen for the safety and security of it all, and a dishwasher, because you guys, I just like, especially with being gluten-free, like if someone has like actual bread on a plate, like I need to have a dishwasher for my own sanity. Not that too many people will probably be eating off my kitchenware in my apartment, because I feel like normally I'll just like go out to eat with people. But anyway, I needed to have a dishwasher. And unit washer dryer would be such a plus, but I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna find that in this city, because that's really hard to find, especially in a studio apartment. Really, my non-negotiable there was just, I wanted to have laundry in building. I didn't want to have to go to a laundromat or pay a service to do my laundry or anything like that. So those are pretty much my three non-negotiables. Things I wanted was good natural lighting, a nice outdoor deck, rooftop, a gym, just because that's nice to have. If I want to go to a workout class or something, you can use a treadmill or something like that, especially since I love running, and in the winter you can't really run outside, especially in the city. So having a gym would be really nice. And yeah, just like overall like vibes and a nice like warm feeling when you go inside. So those were my want to haves. I really wanted to have some sort of outdoor space or like courtyard or deck or rooftop situation, because I'm such an outdoorsy person and I've loved having that in the past. I love using it. I love going out and sun tanning. It's so my thing. So I was hoping to find that, but it definitely wasn't a non-negotiable. So now you know what I'm looking for, my budget, my price range and everything. I scrawled, I don't think that's a word, I scoured, that's the right word, Street Easy for days, like literally 24/7. I would just refresh it on the subway. I mean, I had no service, so it was kind of pointless, but I would just be constantly refreshing Street Easy on the subway in my commutes to Hoboken, just seeing what's out there, because that just gave me a good idea of like what I'm gonna see. Because when I moved here, it was mid-April, and I was looking to start June 1st for an apartment. So I kind of was like a little bit too early, but I just started like researching and looking and seeing, okay, what type of neighborhoods, like what's the price, it's gonna be realistic for me and everything, and just kind of figured it out. So in the neighborhoods that I really liked, it was really hard to find buildings with doormen. I did find that one. I mean, I found a few, but they were just like a bit over my budget, like over $3,500 a month, which I just really wasn't willing to go over that. And the few that I did find, they're definitely like older buildings, but like that doesn't bother me. That's not a deal breaker, just not like what I'm used to living from Chicago. I feel like in Chicago, I lived in luxury buildings, I would say. So I'm just kind of like used to that amenities, lifestyle and everything, which is hard to find in my favorite neighborhoods, which I was totally okay with. The biggest thing I found though with the really cool, cute neighborhoods like the Village, West Village, Greenwich Village, like all those places, even the East Village, I think, maybe not the East Village, I don't know. I didn't really seriously look at apartments in the East Village because that is kind of far from the path, but I was open to it. I literally love the East Village. They had intense broker's fees. So if you're unfamiliar, a broker's fee is basically a fee that you pay basically just to move into the apartment for like the services of the broker, basically like the person that's like selling you the apartment, but not really the owner of it. Just like, it's the fee that I guess the owner has to pay the real estate agent for like putting it up on the market and getting out to people, and they just make they make you pay it as the leasee instead of like them paying it, just because the supply and demand in New York, like they can make you do that, like people are willing to pay that. And the broker fees in these specific neighborhoods, like the Village and stuff, were 15% of the annual rent. That's like $6,000. So basically, if you wanted to sign a lease to this apartment, in order to sign a lease, on top of whatever move-in fees, like sometimes there's $500 move-in fees, cleaning fees, all this stuff, on top of all of that, you had to pay the broker's fee, which can be $6,000. And that's just money. It's not a security deposit. You might have a security deposit on top of that. So you have to have so much liquid ready to go. You have to pay $6,000 that you'll just never see again, just to live there for a year, on top of like the expensive rent that you're paying. And I was just like, I really don't want to spend my money on this. Like, that's a lot of money that I could be investing, putting into my 401k. Like, I really didn't want to spend money on that. And I had heard that there are other neighborhoods that I was interested in that don't have those fees, and they might be a better fit for me. And at this point in my life, I just really didn't feel like paying a broker's fee. And some apartments have like 1 month's broker's fee, which, you know, isn't as bad. That's like $3,000 versus $6,000, but still just like a pretty penny that you're never going to see again. Like, it's not first month's rent, it's not a deposit, literally like it's gone. And then on top of that, a lot of times you would have even more fees. Like, it was just insane. So then I started looking more on Street Easy, and I discovered that FiDi, the financial district, has a lot of buildings that just like rent out to people. So like the places that have the brokerage fee are typically co-ops, so it's like privately owned, which is why they have to do the whole brokerage thing. But in buildings where it's like the actual building's management office is leasing it out, they don't really have to pay anyone. It's just like their full-time salary employees. They don't have to like pay someone to put the place on market and like find a leasee for it. So leaser, am I a leasee or a leaser? I don't know, you guys, whatever. You get what I'm saying. So a lot of these buildings have no brokerage fees, which for me is such a plus, because I'd rather just pay a more expensive rent and not have a brokerage fee. And even in FiDi, like the rents were, I would say like most of them were cheaper than the Village, West Village, like all those areas, because it's a less desirable location. But for me, it's desirable because it's easy to commute to Hoboken from FiDi. And they had a lot of great kind of like luxury buildings with a lot of different amenities, rooftops. Like most of the buildings I really, really liked there. So after I toured that one apartment in the Village, I was like, okay, actually now that I think about this, I don't really want to go live in the Village, West Village, Greenwich Village, because I really don't feel like paying fees. And other neighborhoods that might not have fees, like Upper East Side, Upper West Side, those just didn't work for me for my commute to Hoboken. So I kind of narrowed in on FiDi. I was still open to other neighborhoods, but I narrowed it on FiDi because of that reason. And I literally scheduled a day of 9 apartment tours, I think. But that's, okay, 9 building apartment tours. Within all of those buildings, I swear there were like 5 units in each building that I toured. Like, it was an insane day. I was going crazy. So I will roll the tape and you guys can see how insane that day was. Oh my God, you guys. I am about to go on like 11 apartment tours back to back to back to back. I'm so stressed. I need to get all my stuff together for this. I also literally just got to New York yesterday from being out of town, so I just feel like a mess. I'm breaking out, my hair needs to be washed. This is like not a normal outfit for me. So I'm just kind of losing my mind over here, but I'm very excited to see these apartments. I'm gonna pack a bag with a bunch of stuff so that I can bring like a phone charger and everything. I don't know, guys, I'm just, this happened so fast. I feel very overwhelmed, but we gotta do what we gotta do. It's time to go tour apartments. Most of them are in FiDi. I think one is in the Village, but most of them are in FiDi. My max budget is $3,500, so that's what we're looking for. I mean, you guys already know the whole laydown. This is my second day touring apartments, but like I've only toured 1 apartment so far. So like I still don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get all my paperwork together. It's just like a mess, but let's go tour and see how they are. Okay, I just toured my first apartment building and now I'm racing to get to my next one. I literally have them back to back to back. I wasn't joking. That one I really liked. The building was so nice. It felt safe. It's just kind of in a weird location. Like not the most ideal location. It's kind of in like a weird little intersection, but it was really cheap. It was like $3,200, which I feel like is such a great deal. So we'll see. I do really like that one and the amenities were amazing. It has a gym and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, just the location thing is not ideal, but I know I'm gonna have to compromise on something, so we'll see. Okay, I'm leaving my last apartment tour. They had like 6 studios that they showed me and they were all nice. One of them, the cheapest one, I honestly liked the best because it had the most natural light. So we'll see. And I feel like this area is a little bit better too. And that one was like $3,300, which like isn't really that crazy. And it has a rooftop deck, gym, like pretty much all the amenities. And the building just seemed really nice. So I'm very interested in that one. I'm running late to my next appointment, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to see it, but we'll just see. I'm like going through the trenches to get to this next place. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was literally so late to that tour, but the lady was so nice and let me look at it anyway. And there were 2 units. I really liked both of them and they were honestly such good deals. It's a 13-month lease and you get 1 month free. And there's a gym, but you just pay like $35 a month extra for it. The one thing is it didn't have any sort of like rooftop or whatever, but it is a really good location. So I just kind of have to think about if I really do want a rooftop that badly, like if I think it's worth it, like what I'm willing to compromise on, essentially, which is what I keep going back to. I'm like, I don't know what exactly I want to compromise on, but I'm like, my heart is beating out of my chest. I feel like this is like speed dating, but with apartments. This is such a chaotic day, but I'm so glad that she let me see it late. It was so nice of her. Oh, the other thing with both of those apartments, they had a horrible natural lighting. Like the worst natural lighting I've ever seen in my life, like virtually none. It's like the middle of the afternoon and the apartments are like dark, like literally pitch black. So that was another thing where I was like, I don't really like that. But again, like the location was good. And there's no other place in the building to like go to for light, like a rooftop or something. So just things to think about. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but those were 2 big things where I was like, I don't know, like maybe if it was a apartment building that didn't have good natural light, but then it had like a nice little rooftop deck you could go to get natural light and like vitamin D and stuff, I would like that better. But since it was both of them that you don't have, I'm just worried that I would literally go like mentally insane. So that's what I'm thinking with that. Hey guys, I just went to 2 places that were right next to each other and they were pretty good. My phone is dying and so is my portable charger, so I'm less prepared than I thought. So I'm gonna have to find a place, probably like Starbucks or something, to go in and get a drink and charge my phone in a little bit. I really liked the second place I toured. The first place was just a bit out of budget and the unit itself wasn't that nice, but I really liked the unit I just toured. I feel like it had a good closet, good kitchen, good bathroom, good natural light, and great amenities. There was like a courtyard and a rooftop and a gym, and in the other building there wasn't a gym, and there was a rooftop, but it was under renovation, and I just feel like that's sketchy. Like, they say it's gonna open up soon, but like, I don't know. The guy that was like showing me the apartment just kept saying like, oh, this is gonna be fixed in like a couple months, and I'm just like hesitant to believe that because I just feel like they're trying to like upsell the place versus like what it actually is right now. And the other place I really did like, it's just a co-op, so you have to do like a board approval process, which can take a while, and it has fees, which I also don't love. I did really like that apartment. That's probably my favorite so far in terms of the actual unit itself, the natural lighting, a good location, and all of the amenities that I want. It really had everything. So that is my top runner right now, but we'll see. I'm just halfway through all my tours for the day, so I have a fair amount I still need to do. But you guys, I'm like out of breath. My phone is dying. Not sure what to do, but we will find our way like a good New Yorker. You guys, I literally can't right now. I am already running late and I went to the wrong place. It's like the same address but slightly different, and he was like, are you sure it's not this other place? I was like, oh my god, it is. So it's like a 5 or 7 minute walk away from where I am now, which is just so far. So I'm racing to get there. This is so stressful. I just toured 2 units in that building and I really liked the last one. It was nice and spacious, and she said she could get me a pretty good deal on it. And it just has a 1-month broker's fee, which honestly isn't bad at all. And the total rent would be like $3,200. It doesn't have a gym, but it had a really nice like rooftop area, which I honestly loved. And I just like, I don't know, I just walked into the apartment and I was like, oh my god, I love this one. Like, it was just perfect. It has everything I need. And I feel like the location, I need to do more research on this location and see if it's like a good place to live, because I honestly just don't know 100%. I'll just like ask around some of my friends and stuff, but I am really excited about that one. I really liked it, so feeling good about that. Okay guys, my phone literally died, so I have to go to a Starbucks, and I think I'm just gonna need to skip my next tour, unfortunately. I feel like it just wasn't meant to be for whatever reason. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself, because my phone is literally dead. I have no idea how to get there, and I just need a little charging session for a second. So we're gonna go to Starbucks. I guess you can buy, I forget, you can buy stuff without your phone. Like, you can just use an actual credit card,
because I'm so used to using Apple Pay. So I guess I'll get something and like be a good citizen and like actually pay for using their plug. But LOL, you guys, I hope they have plugs at this one. If they don't, I'm gonna be out of luck and I'll have to find something else. But I like literally asked the leasing agent at the building, I was like, where is the nearest Starbucks? And she was like, are you a big Starbucks fan? And I was like, no, my phone literally just died and I need to charge it before I go to my next place. So yeah, I kind of like this area though. It seems kind of nice, not too crowded. But I didn't love that unit, like it was fine. I honestly just really liked the one I saw before, and I think I was so stressed because my phone was dying. But they did have good amenities, they had a gym and stuff. I didn't love their rooftop, but that's like a luxury, so like that's okay. So I'm not too concerned about that, but, and the rent was like, I guess it was fine. Honestly, you guys, I don't even know. I'm like, my brain isn't even functioning at this point. So let's just go into Starbucks and hopefully charge my phone and figure things out. You guys, the Starbucks did not have outlets. You cannot make this up. Okay, so the lady was so nice. I feel like everyone in New York is honestly so nice. Like I ask questions and people are like, oh my god, like happy to help. Which I feel like isn't what people say about New York, but that's been my experience. She said there's this place called Coffee Project nearby that might have outlets. So I'm banking on them. We shall see. You guys, like, I literally can't. I really hope this other place I was gonna tour is not meant to be. That's what I'm gonna tell myself, because the ship has sailed for that one. Oh, here's a Dunkin'. Oh, that's just like a walk-in type place. They're definitely not gonna have outlets there. At least I'm exploring the neighborhood, getting a feel for FiDi a little bit and what it has to offer. Ooh, okay, I spy this coffee shop, so let's go in and see. I'm gonna run across the street before anyone kills me. Oh my god. Okay guys, I luckily found a coffee shop. I found Coffee Project and I got a matcha latte. Very expensive to charge my phone, but you know, that's okay. We got at least an $8 latte to help me not be so sad. And I was so stressed about this straw because it's biodegradable, if you guys have been following my gluten-free straw journey. But I looked it up. It's made from black agave, which is actually gluten-free. On their website, they said that their straws were gluten-free, so I can trust the straw, which is amazing. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't even drink this with a straw because it's not gluten-free, but it is. So we are all good. I got my phone charging and it's 4:33. My next tour isn't until 4:50 and I think it's pretty close to here. I hope so at least. So I should be able to charge up for quite some time, which is good. I had to take off my sweatshirt though, I'm like getting so sweaty. Okay guys, I charged up a little bit, not a ton, I'm at like 15% now, but I'm headed to my next tour. I was able to move it back 10 minutes, so now it's like 5 p.m. And I'm starting to get really hungry. I have dinner with a friend at 6:30. I just have 2 tours left for the rest of the day. I'm gonna cancel the other one because it's just like way out of my price range and I just don't think it's worth it to go. I'd rather charge up for a little bit. So we are gonna head to these next 2 tours, which thankfully are really close to each other, and then find another place to get charged up. So that's the plan. Okay, that building was okay. They just like weren't able to show the actual unit that I would be in. It was just like a sample unit that didn't even have the same layout. So I'm like, literally, what's the point of like even going into tour? So that was just like kind of annoying because it's like, I didn't even get to see the actual unit. I guess I got to see the building and the amenities, but it's a bit pricier in terms of the fee and I just didn't love it. But it is a pretty good location, so I don't know. But I'm headed to my very last tour of the day. Thank God, I'm like so over this. And then I need to find a place to go charge my phone again. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, I'm in this last place. I'm so glad I came. I feel like it's such a good deal. And look, this is like music to my ears. In-unit washer dryer. You gotta be kidding me. And I feel like this place has such good amenities too. And like, look at this bathroom, what a slay. Like, this looks so clean and bright and just nice and new. And like, this is a decent closet. I mean, nothing crazy, but I can work with it. And it is pretty small. And there is not a lot of good natural lighting. Like, don't love that. But I just feel like it's such a nice place, and it does have good amenities to where like, I just feel like it doesn't matter. The kitchen is really good. I feel like it has everything you need. And like, look at the dishwasher. Like, isn't that the cutest thing ever? Yeah, I really like this like style of the kitchen with the sleek stuff. Like, this is such a sleek building. I'm really, really loving it. So yeah, I love this place. I am definitely very, very interested in this. I'm done with dinner. It was delicious, and I decided to just walk around to suss out like the neighborhood vibes around this time of night and just see what I'm feeling, which I feel like is a good tip for you guys, just so I can see what it's like at different times of day. So let's go check it out. I'm excited. We'll see how it is. One thing I think I'll never understand about NYC is what the fuck all this steam stuff is. Like, why, how, and what is that? And it just feels so sketchy to me. I don't know why. I have made it back from a long, long day of touring apartments, you guys. Wow, what a time. Okay, guys, I just need to take off my makeup while I catch up with you guys because, like, I just can't with my skin right now, and I just feel like I had so much makeup on all day, but I can't wait to take it off. It's like taking off a bra or something. That reminded me, I needed to order makeup remover that I didn't do. So that's a no, but we are a-okay. I have some backup makeup remover that I can use until my package comes in. But, oh my god, this feels amazing. Okay, I walked around that area. I think it's a good area. I feel like the financial district has kind of a stigma around it a little bit because it used to be just like businesses and it wasn't a place where a lot of young people lived, but I feel like a ton of young people live there now, and they have really nice buildings with good amenities, and I think it's a really good option for me in terms of commuting into Hoboken and everything. And I don't think it's the most like ritzy neighborhood or the most exciting neighborhood, but I think it's a nice, safe neighborhood, and there's a lot of people my age that are there, a lot of singles. I don't think a ton of people live there to like raise their families. That's more like Tribeca vibes, the next door neighbor. But overall, I was getting good vibes from the neighborhood. It is very different. If you guys followed me when I lived in Chicago, it's very different from Wicker Park. I feel like Wicker Park is honestly more like a Brooklyn vibe and kind of more my speed, honestly, but I want to experience something different, and I want to be in the thick of the city, and I want to be in Manhattan. And just based on the prices of things in more desirable neighborhoods like West Village, and the fact that a lot of those buildings don't have doormans like in Soho and stuff, I feel like it's just a bit hard to find something that hits like all of my different points. And I know I'm gonna compromise on something. I feel like the apartments kept on getting better as I was touring. I had some duds. I had some like leasing people that were just kind of like not very helpful. I feel like it was helpful to see the units that had actual furniture in it so I could see like what an actual layout would look like and not just an empty room, because it's kind of hard to visualize, like, I feel like just what an empty room looks like. So that was helpful, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. It's definitely a lot of different factors and moving parts. Oh my god, my skin, you guys, is literally going insane right now. I don't know what it is. Not my face, like, literally bleeding. But I
feel like financial district is a good compromise for me in terms of location, and I think that last unit, I mean, the fact that it has an in-unit washer dryer is just such a game changer. Like, that's a huge amenity for me, and I'm so used to having that luxury in Chicago that like going to not having that anymore is honestly like kind of gonna be something that was gonna be difficult for me. So even though it's at like the top of my budget, I feel like it having in-unit washer dryer makes such a difference. It also has a gym, whereas the other apartment building I really liked did not have a gym. It doesn't have any move-in fees, whereas the other apartment I liked today did have move-in fees, which, you know, adds up and is important to think about. So that's kind of my thought process right now with everything. I think I'd rather get the more expensive rent apartment that has more amenities. I literally loved the rooftop. Everything looked really amazing, honestly. And I really did like the unit. The only thing was the natural light, but you do get the natural light from the rooftop area. And there were a bunch of people working up there, which I thought was nice to see, because I feel like sometimes those things can be kind of empty. I mean, sometimes it's nice to be the only one there, but it seems like people really use it. So I don't know, there's a lot of thoughts in my head to juggle, but I'm gonna think about it and relook at all of my videos and units online and stuff, and just kind of see what I think about it from looking at it and talking about it with people that live here, know the areas, and just kind of see what I'm thinking with that. That is my thought process right now. My skin is literally driving me crazy. I feel like it was doing good in Shreveport, and then overnight it just got crazy. I do not love that for me. And I'm gonna get changed and just decompress from the crazy day. I feel like I've been running around for so long. I'm like, I need to slow down for a second. So let's do it.
Okay. So those are all the apartments that I toured that day. What a time, you guys. I was not joking when I said that that was a crazy day. I was literally so unwell, but it was so worth it. Note to self for the future, and note to you, if you're gonna be apartment searching in New York, schedule them out like a little bit. I just didn't want to take off work, so I was like cramming them all in together so I could fit them in. But I would just like take a whole day off work and try and schedule them all throughout the day, all pretty much in the same neighborhood that you've kind of narrowed yourself down to, and have like some breaks in between, have a break for lunch, make sure you've factored in commuting time, because I was literally like, okay, apartment tour at 3, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, 4, and it was insane. I was literally late to every single one of them, as you saw. So that's my pro tip for next time. And yeah, I kind of already explained it, but with all of those apartments, there was something I didn't like about every single one of them, which I think is just the story of New York. You're not gonna find something that's 100% perfect in your budget, or else you'd literally be Jeff Bezos or like a celebrity, or just, you know, someone older with more resources and everything. But when you're on a budget, you're definitely gonna have to compromise on something. Like some of the apartments, it's like, okay, they didn't have good natural lighting, which is a thing for me, but that's not a negotiable. All of them had dishwashers, I think. All of them had doorman. Like all of the ones that I scheduled had all of my negotiables. Some of them were a bit out of my price range. I don't really know how that happened, how I ended up booking those. I think I was just delirious when I booked them or something. Or I was like ambitious, I was like, oh, I can make that work. And then actually when I really sat and thought about it, I was like, wait, no, that's way out of my price range, I can't do that. But for the most part, all of the apartments I toured met all of my non-negotiables. So it was really just kind of like weighing the pros and cons of all of the different other factors in the apartment that I would like or not like. I ended up kind of going back and forth between like 2 of them, but I think I chose the right one. I'm so excited about it. It makes me so happy. I'm very curious which apartment you guys think I chose. Let me know in the comments. In my next video, I'll do a whole apartment reveal and show you guys the entire process of me trying to sign the lease and apply and all that stuff. It was so crazy. I feel like it gave me so many pimples and premature gray hairs because it was so stressful, but we did it, guys. So yeah, you guys know I'm in the financial district, so neighborhood reveal, I guess, but I'm curious which apartment you guys think I chose, which one you think I should have chosen. And yeah, I just think this will be so fun. I can't wait to show you guys the actual place. I hope this was helpful to you guys if you're thinking about moving to New York, or if it's just fun to like play real estate agent and watch someone tour apartments. I think it's so fun. I love watching apartment tours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Can't wait for the next one to show you guys my new home. And then eventually we'll be decorating it together, but I do have a while till I move in. Not that much, but a month. So from the time this video is coming up, it'll be less than a month, which is crazy. Time will fly by. I know it will. But yeah, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. I am so excited about this moving series. It's been so much fun. And subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. I post every Sunday and Wednesday. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.